Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy, and you're listening to the Sports Jock Show. It's Monday, August 27th. It's 10 o'clock. We'll be here from 10 to 1. What a great week of sport. A lot of controversy. College football coming up this weekend. I know a lot of you are very, very happy. We can stop watching First Take. We're going to talk about First Take a little later in the show. I'm sitting here with my co-host, Big Kenny, the funny man himself.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. What's going on?
The perky and sometimes loud Lady T.
Perky.
But it's a great morning to be here. Couldn't wait to get here. A lot to talk about. First, I'm going to just jump on in. And this goes out to my male listeners. So you might want to listen up real quick. Especially people like Chad Ocho, Cinco Johnson, and Travis Henry, Larry Johnson, Roddy White, Michael Turner, and the list goes on and on and on. There is a new drug that's about to hit the market very soon. It is called JQ1. That's JQ1. It's a male birth control pill. And y'all okay? Right there. Y'all got it. I love that mic right there. Where can I get another one of those mics? Anything that can silence you, Lady T.
I will get over here on Kenny's mic. Don't play with me, Sports Jock. Now roll it back before you go to that male drug. I got something to say.
You got something to say on that? Big Kenny.
See, that if you use the male birth control pill, you can prevent this from happening in the future. You know what I mean? This kind of thing never has to happen again, gentlemen.
Right now, Cell Journal is reporting that it will be a drug you would have to take every day. They're trying on mice, as they probably try a lot of stuff when they're testing it. The problem is women, their birth control is to limit the one egg a month stops them from having a child. But we as being men, every time our heart beats, we produce like 1,000 sperm.
Right.
Some people have even used that as the reasoning why they should have multiple wives, because we can get a lot of people pregnant at once.
Which is be fruitful and multiply. I'm just saying, be fruitful and multiply. I believe in that. As many as you can afford, you ought to be able to take on. That's just my philosophy.
You know, a lot of people can use that.
Yeah, a lot of people can use that.
It takes you 9 months, but I'm ready.
And then
every heartbeat.
And you don't have to hear, I got a headache every Friday night. You know what I mean? You could have a rotation. It's a nice thing.
Do you think this will be a big hit if it is brought to human stage, Big Kenny?
I think that most dudes are, first of all, if you're the kind of dude that's so concerned about getting random chicks pregnant that you start taking a drug for it, chances are you irresponsible enough to not take the drug every day. So when she gets pregnant is when you start taking your pills so you can prove that it's not your kid. And I don't think it'll work. Some dudes it may work for if they're responsible, but is there a way to reverse it? Like once you decide that you're ready for kids, can you have kids then, or do you have to be off it for?
Well, they say on the mice when they stop using it that it has after like a month, you can come back. So it kind of works like a woman's birth control. But I can just see a woman now like, hey, you need to get on birth control. Can't you?
Hey, you need to get on birth control.
You take your pill today.
Y'all need to let me get on this mic. Is what y'all need to do. Let me explain something. This is cracking
well, just
me
get
up.
in when you can.
I
though,
Lucy, you have some explaining to do, Lucy. Explaining.
Okay, they swear my mic is ready. We'll see. Let me get back over here. Woo! Welcome to the Sports Jock Show. The Lady T is back. What happened?
Big Kenny too fertile to be sitting that close.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you breathed on Tina. She had 3 kids
No, you
by
ain't.
this afternoon.
You are not lying about that. Listen, Sports Jock, for
She'll
real.
be 6 months pregnant by the end of the show.
It's cracking me up that you guys have to sit and talk about birth control in the same manner that we have to talk about it, and you have to be concerned. Is that going to affect me later? How long? What's the long term? Kenny is so serious.
Will I have breast tenderness? I don't know. What are the symptoms
Please
of birth?
live in our world. If only for like a couple of months, do it. Just take it so you can live in a woman's world what our reality really is. But some of these baby daddies, they can use it. Y'all don't hold this back. Let it go down. I will march, because I just feel like y'all should jack up the insides of your bodies. We get all kind of stuff like heart murmurs and blood clots
like
and all kind of foolishness from birth control pills.
It's a woman scoring over here.
As far as I'm concerned, have the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, and we'll have y'all check along with that.
It's as many as you can afford.
I just
I'm
felt
all
like,
for it.
I need to get that out at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you got it out at the perfect time with my mic off. You did the right thing.
JQ1.
I was getting ready to go bananas
and
on
you
y'all.
called out some of the friends that may need that.
Yeah, it's JQ1 now.
Yeah,
just remember,
I'm
male
pushing
birth
it.
control.
I'm going to be the spokesperson.
We're going to go to break. We come back. We're going to talk about black and white and not what Michael
Y'all
Jackson.
talking about me? I'm black and white.
We'll be back after this with more of the Sports Shock
I
Show.
am.
TheSportsJOC.com.
Mixed.
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Go Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys. Did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The forest is a treasured and magical place.
Hello, Bambi. Hello, little prince. Hello. Hello there.
But a wildfire can destroy its beauty for a lifetime. It's always wildfire season somewhere in America. Nearly 9 out of 10 wildfires nationwide are caused by the carelessness of humans and could be prevented. But together, we can make a difference.
Watch what I can do.
Help protect the home of our forest friends.
He can call me a flower if he wants to.
To find out more, log on to SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
This message has been brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
Come on! You could do it!
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Let me see you go back. Let me see you come forward. Now let me see you go back. Let me see you come forward. Let me see you go back. Let me see you come forward. Let me see you go back. Let me see you come forward. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Sports Talk Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. A debate took place on First Take. I was told by the good producer that I'm not allowed to say other people's call letters, that stations that I'm not on, so I can't tell you what First Take was on. You know, you always have these rules, right?
Nope. Figure that out yourself. I agree.
There was a debate on First Take between Stephen A. Smith and always irritating Mr. Skip Bayless this past week. And
Wait. So Skip Bayless is more irritating than Stephen A. Smith, in your opinion?
No, it's equal. It's equal.
If I've never met the man, but if I ever meet Stephen A. Smith, I'm gonna just punch him in the chest.
That's how it goes down.
I'm gonna just walk up to him and go, "Hey man, you Stephen A. Smith?" Ain't he gonna say, "Yep, man"? I'm just punch him in the chest and walk away and be like, "That's what you said."
Well, they had a debate, and it basically was about the Redskins and their quarterback issues. Well, not just issues. They have 2 rookie quarterbacks. As most of you know, they drafted RG3, Robert Griffith III, in the first round, 2nd pick, behind Andrew Luck. In the 4th round, they also drafted a quarterback, Kirk Cousins. And Skip Bayless, after watching a couple of games, felt like Kirk Cousins is having a better preseason. First of all, before I even go any further, to any of you people that understand sports or don't understand sports, when you're the 2nd pick of the draft, that means that is your team and that you're going to start. And for the most part, you're going to start as fast as I can teach you the plays. RG3 having a solid preseason for coming out of Baylor. He won the Heisman. He's a mobile quarterback in the framework of a Michael Vick, a Cam Newton, Skip Bayless. His comments were basically, you and I am reading from what Skip said. You have the black-white dynamic, and the majority of Redskin fans are white. It's just human nature, if you're white, to root for the white guy. It just happens in sports. Just like the black community will root for the black quarterback. So basically, if you just take that, Lady T, Big Kenny, I don't see anything wrong with Skip's comments, because in my experience in sports, we do support what we are close to, whether it's regional where you're from, and we do support color a little heavier than we do other races.
I agree. I can agree with that. And especially in the sense that when it comes down to blacks, we don't always get as many opportunities or as much shine as others may get. Like you might see, what's the ratio of quarterbacks being black, and then
everybody.
Okay.
Everybody a black quarterback now.
Right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
There used to be a time when they were
and that's what I'm referring to. Like in a time where you won't see but what maybe 2 black chicks on the tour, maybe Venus and Serena, then everybody's going to root for. I mean, I know plenty of people who have started watching tennis and never watched tennis before just because they were black chicks playing tennis, which is not, usual. It's very unusual. So then I can understand his statements. But just for every single day, I think that's just straight ignorant. Like, you should root for the person you think is going to do the best job, who has the most talent, and let's see. It should not be because of the color of their skin. So I can understand, but I totally disagree.
But Kenny, this has been in sports basically anytime. It started way back with the Magic Bird Celtic Laker thing. I mean, we have gone a long time. We do give more leeway for our whatever color you are.
I understand picking sides. It's natural to ally yourself with people that are most familiar with you, but to use that as a reasoning for allowing a 2nd round draft pick to take the place of the 2nd overall pick in the NFL draft is ridiculous. First of all, it'd be a waste of money, because this man's making way more money, I would like to think, than Mr. Cousins is. He's got way more skills as far as I've seen, and if you're going to put him on the field based on the fact that you think more white fans will support your team, I think that's pretty short-sighted. But this is the same franchise that benched Donovan McNabb, you know what I mean? A Hall of Fame caliber quarterback, and made this dude disappear completely. And it was over some personal stuff, some stuff that I thought may have been racially motivated. So maybe Skip Bayless knows a little bit more about the city of Washington, D.C. and its football program than other people know. We'll see how it plays out.
You mean Washington, right?
Yeah, the Redskins, Washington Redskins.
They're not D.C.
Yeah, they said Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
you catching
They're not in Washington State?
No.
Dang.
No.
I'm I'm gonna get that map out and put these people
give us
back.
the name of that birth
you
control
got- hold on,
again.
hold on,
Give
hold
us the
on.
name of that birth control again, Sports
I'm
Jock.
keeping up with the
Where's
story,
your-
but just on
where's
the
your-
racial tip. Like, I don't really care about
Where's
the
your
football part of
iPhone
it.
5? Let me get your and let's get you the map app.
I ain't on the DC had a team. I thought it was just Washington Redskins for the state of Washington.
Look at you,
Do they have
map
a separate team? Wayne?
Yeah,
The
they're
state of
called
Washington called the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
The
Seattle
Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. You're
Seattle
right. I got
Seahawks.
them on my list to talk
It's
about
okay.
too.
We you know.
Dang, y'all throwing me
When I
off.
want the best in sports information.
I am the girlfriend of the sports dude, okay? That's who I represent.
Well, when you look at this story,
She wants to know,
and
too.
you said Donovan McNabb, the thing is, and we've all experienced, especially if you've been around people that love sports. I've sat places and people be like, "Well, I don't like Peyton Manning. I don't like Tom Brady," and I'm like, "Why?" I just don't like them. But I love Michael Vick, and I love the running quarterback. So why is it that these guys? Is it that they're robotic? It is really based on that. As a black community, we like a certain style that goes along because our great athletes that don't have that style, like a Karl Malone, a Tim Duncan.
Sure.
Is that not right? Big Kenny,
Shaquille O'Neal.
Right. Big Kenny, you've been out. You watch a lot of basketball. Lady T, you follow basketball.
you're right.
People talk about Tim Duncan like, oh man, you know he's a scrub. He's so boring.
Right.
So it's
This Tim Duncan going to the hole. Very robotic.
You're right, Sports
But-
Josh.
but
You're
he
right about
wins.
that.
He wins.
He has 4
Does it have to be-
championships.
Does it have to be exciting? Is what I'm asking.
Well, black people, we're colorful now. We are colorful. We like the glitz and glam. We like the Deion Sanders.
And you can prove that by how Michael Vick hadn't played here in how many seasons?
It's been 4 years.
4 years,
since
and they
he's played
still wear as many Vick jerseys to the games as they do Matt Ryan jerseys.
And Matt gets no love. Now you can say it's race. To me, it starts to become a particular style. We like the kind of flashy hot dog style.
We do.
We want a quarterback. Tom Brady can throw for 500 yards, and they'll still find something wrong. Michael Vick throws for 150 and runs a couple of plays. And I played with Mike, so I understand the excitement. But it's like Larry Bird's jump shot still counts for 2.
Yeah.
I know Dominique he dunks the ball.
But you're going to win. They don't have, well, they do have the jump shot contest when you have the All-Star game, but it is the dunk contest that steals the show. And you're absolutely right. It's about the flash and the glitz and the glamour and all the hype. And usually, I'm going to throw this out here, even though it may sound, incorrect to some people, but, the whole idea that, black people are more athletic and are more athletically inclined, even whether or not they have all of the skills and technique. It's that athleticism that really makes people be attracted to it. And so,
Listen, all of the highlight films in the world don't win championships unless those 2 points are going in the basket and adding up to more points than your opponent. I don't care how flashy you are on the court, unless you can scramble for a touchdown, Michael Vick. I don't care how many yards you run.
Yeah, but it's the flash that sells tickets.
I'm saying,
it's the flash
but you're still running sideline to
that
sideline
earns money.
score. And see, I'm not thinking from a person in the black community. I'm thinking from the perspective of a black football fan. I'm a fan of the game and the team that I support. Jets, Jets. I want to see them win. Hey, we ain't got to get all into that. I'm saying I want to see him win. I don't care if it's an ethnic quarterback. I don't care if it's Jesus back there backing him up. I don't care.
Is there.
Well, they call him
little baby Jesus.
Little baby Jesus.
Well, here's the point that
little white baby Jesus, because there was a black baby.
Here's the point that is going under the radar. The Redskins, even on draft day, they brought this on themselves. Some of this. Usually, when you draft, when you draft the number 2 pick and it's a quarterback, you usually don't draft another quarterback in that draft because you don't want to make this kind of controversy. Usually, you go find a guy that's long in the tooth that people never want you to put in the game. It's just the truth.
David Garrard.
You go find someone that is 10, 12. First of all, you want that kind of knowledge so they can teach the younger player. But we don't know who Cam Newton's backup is. You know, we don't know who Tom Brady's backup is. Nobody cares. When you go and do this, and even though Cousins was a 4th-round pick, that was still high enough for people to be like, why would you draft 2 rookie quarterbacks in your first 4 rounds? So
why did they, you think?
I think that Shanahan, in all his wisdom,
is a racist. No. And that's all it is.
I have told you that one thing the sports jock will always tell you is that the opinions of Big Kenny and Lady T are not that of his.
Redskins, D.C.
We'll be back with more of the
Seahawks,
Sports Shock
Washington.
Show after this break.
800-926-7562, thesportsjoc.com.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Oh!
You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage. It's a good thing you got me as your wingman.
Right. You mean when you threw that flash grenade at me?
Whatever, man. Huge round. Seriously, great stuff.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes.
All right, class. I'm going to pass back your tests. And a high score goes to Brian.
Oh, yeah! High score, baby!
We're all good at something. Maybe it's breakdancing or skateboarding or video games. Whatever you're good at, you have the skills to make it happen. And those same skills will help you get to college. Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org.
I've got what it takes. So do you.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here are today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And now back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. Before we go on any further, we're going to talk about Roger Clemens in just a second. I do have to do another public service announcement, especially here in Atlanta. You pedestrians out there, you need to look all 4 ways because last week 2 more people in Georgia, in Atlanta, got hit, killed by cars. Georgia is the 9th highest in the U.S. for fatalities, pedestrian. And already in this year here in the state of Georgia, 82 people, well, now it's 84 people, have gotten hit.
You know what?
By a car. I'm just saying.
Biggity, what are you laughing at?
Listen.
124 in 2011 got killed by cars.
Tragic death is never funny. Let me preface what I'm about to say with tragic death is never funny. But generally, one of the key elements in being struck by a car is being in the street. And if you would stay out of the street, you might avoid being hit by a vehicle. Now, They have things called crossing guards and crosswalks
Sure.
and stoplights and all of these things that prevent you from being hit when you have to go out into the street, because inevitably you will have to walk out into a street. But don't
I'm sorry
do
to
it.
ask you to break all that down.
Don't do it when the traffic is coming, is my point.
I'm
Don't you?
telling you.
Do you not see that vehicles are thousands of pounds? You don't see them coming.
Just like those joggers, they're out there with those headphones on. They're on their phone talking. They're walking and texting. When you start reading just in Atlanta alone, I mean the state of Georgia alone, that 84 people have been
That's a lot.
hit by cars. That's a lot of people. 124 last year.
But
so
you know what makes it also more prone to be hit in Georgia is there's a shortage of pedestrian walking paths and
There's no
sidewalks.
sidewalks. There's
in
no
Georgia.
sidewalks,
There are
period.
some areas of this city here in Atlanta, in the greater Atlanta area, where you have to literally walk on the side of the street and the traffic is inches from you. So it may have something to do with that as well.
yeah, I just had to throw out that public service announcement.
Yeah,
there.
but if you
This says get out the street.
right, if
or-
you're stupid and get hit, it's your fault.
This past weekend on Saturday night, Roger Clemens took the mound for the Skeeters down in Texas. He's 50 years old.
Skeeters.
After 24 years in the major league.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Wait, y'all.
I'm gonna
Time
leave that
out.
one
The
alone.
Skeeters.
The Sugarland Skeeters.
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
That's the name.
I went to college with a couple of them,
They got a whole team of Skeeters.
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
They're called the Sugarland Skeeters.
Sugarland Skeeters.
They're out of Texas.
That's short for muskie.
They're part of the Independent Atlantic League. Roger Clemens, as most of us know, 24 years in the major leagues with the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox,
And he playing for the Skeeters.
the Astros. He's 50 years old. He pitched 3 innings and a third. I caught the second inning, and I had a little 10 seconds of envy. For about 10 seconds.
Speak,
Because,
sports jock, speak.
well, it must be great to still be able to, just like basketball, as we talked about when Dennis Rodman bumped into his dad, and Dennis is like 51. The NBA does like a retired player kind of travel team. There is no retired football league. You don't get to go. You have to pick up other sports.
But go ahead. I understand your pain.
I mean,
but yay.
You know, it's one of those things that really ends. It's
Right.
other sports like think about it. You can
Still
golf,
golf. Yeah, you can
when
still
you're
golf.
older.
You still play
can
tennis.
NASCAR. You can play tennis at at different leagues.
Still bowl.
Yeah, there's no
Kenny,
neighborhood.
There's a future for you.
There's no neighborhood 50-year-old tackle league.
What about the dude in London? Wasn't he like 83 or something like that? but let me ask you something, sports jock. How old is the Rocket? How old is he?
50.
50. How much do you have to hate your home life that you're willing to go play for Skeeters instead of just sit around and be rich and retired after 24 years in the making?
Well, when he was, I must say, when I watched him pitch, he was still able to, I think he struck 3 people out. He threw.
It's a shame for those hitters.
He threw he was mostly in the 80s with his pitches. I don't necessarily think it's the home life as much. I think that is still in him, and there is somewhere I can still go from time to time and do what I love to do. I don't think it's necessarily home life. It's just that I go out here, throw a couple innings, hang with the boys, and still
Get away from
the wife. No different than a lot of guys go golfing for that same
golfing to
purpose.
get away from the
I
wife,
can still go out here and throw the baseball and chum around with and stay young and youthful. A lot of people are like, well, maybe he's using this to get back in the major league. I don't see that. I think this is just this is close to my house,
right,
in Texas.
And maybe he's still
one
in
of his
shape.
one of his good friends is the manager of the Skeeters, and he went out and threw a couple innings, and he looked real thankful as he left the mound. Like that was a good thrill for him, especially through all the court cases and all those things he's been through for the last 3-4 years.
I can gig on that. I can totally gig on that.
He will be up for the Hall of Fame this year, Roger Clemens. I think once he beat the case, I feel like they should put him in the Hall of Fame. You don't have any evidence speculation shouldn't keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
That's how I get off every time. No evidence. I'm just saying. That's the system we live under. Set the man free.
We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk Augusta National. Some big moves down there. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show.
It's lonely out in space on such a time.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Honey, I'm home. I've got a surprise for you.
Get that filthy, disgusting tire out of my living room. You're on my favorite rug.
Calm down. You're gonna love this.
What? The goldfish bowl.
I won't run over them. Relax.
You roll that tire right back out of here.
Relax. It's all part of my master plan to save us money.
This is not going to be our coffee table. Don't even think about putting a piece of glass on top.
No, honey. This is a reminder to keep our tires properly inflated so we can save money on gas.
Can't we just tie a string around our fingers?
Sweetie, properly inflated tires could save us more money at the pump than a week's worth of gas.
You're getting tire tracks on my love seat.
Exactly. To remind us that we love saving gas with properly inflated tires.
What's wrong with the sticky note on the dashboard?
Discover smarter ways to save hundreds of dollars on gas and help the environment, too, at the Alliance to Save Energy's website, drivesmarterchallenge.org.
Hey, let's put the sticky note on the tire.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
I'm Ed Smart, father of a child who was abducted.
I'm John Walsh. Like Ed, I also know the terror of having a child who was kidnapped. But now we have wonderful technology to aid in this battle.
It's called the Amber Alert. It's an early notification system to the public when every second counts.
Amber Alert is a partnership. We want to thank you, the public, broadcasters, transportation, and law enforcement. Amber Alert really works.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. We had some major news coming out of Augusta National, home of the Masters, a place that I did get to finally go to. This last Masters that they had, they have finally, after almost 80 years, allowed female members.
Whoa.
Chairman Billy Payne. You here in Atlanta, a lot of you might know Billy Payne, and maybe across the country. Billy Payne was the person who headed bringing the Olympics here back in '96 in Atlanta. Hootie Johnson, who was the chairman before, said he would never let a woman in basically on his watch. Billy Payne has done it, and he did it twice in the same day. Former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and billionaire banker. Yeah, I said billionaire banker. Like the T.
I'm stunned.
Darla Moore from South Carolina have been admitted to Augusta National. Did we get Mike? We wanted to talk about this story with our man Mike Lipnick, who I hear at some point in time was the coach of Condoleezza Rice. Lipnick, are you there, sir?
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Good morning.
Hey. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Before we ask you about Miss Rice, my first question when I heard this news, with them picking two women to be members, should one of the members have been a female LPGA woman?
No, I don't think so. I think the dynamics of the membership there, they did the right thing in getting obviously former Secretary of State Condoleezza, and then a well-recognized businesswoman in the other woman from South Carolina. I think they did the right thing.
Do you think this was basically them trying to match the power of the other 300 members?
Yeah, I think that they just want to stick to the dynamics. PGA Tour members are not even. There's not a member. They're not members of Augusta National either. So I don't even think there's a male tour player that's a member there. So on a strictly membership basis, they did the right thing.
Okay. How much will this help them with CBS and the sponsorships going down the line?
Yeah, tremendous. Now, really, no one can get on their back about their membership policy and excluding anyone. So they're set now, and they're going to call the shots the way they want to call it. If you remember, your listeners might remember, I guess it's maybe 10 or 15 years ago, there was a woman named Martha Burke who was screaming for this to happen, and went as far as during one of the tournaments, she acted in a way that was, that they thought that the membership of Augusta would cave in, and they did not. And now it's 15 years later, and they finally did.
Do you think this was a majority vote kind of thing? Whether members just became down to the majority, or this just was a power move by Billy Payne?
That's a great question, Wayne. I'm not positive of how the membership works there, but if I had to guess, I think it was a Billy Payne move.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Billy Payne pulling rank down there, and we're talking about 300 of some of the most powerful men in the United States.
What you want to keep in mind, though, is the membership at Augusta. It's not local. I mean, the 300 members are all across literally the world. So it's not like they could just get everybody together and have a meeting. They might have had a small board vote, possibly 6 to 10 people. But if I had to guess, Billy Payne doesn't have to run anything by anybody. He is the power.
Right. And both of these women have played at Augusta at some point, several times. Condoleezza was one of your pupils, as Twitty told me.
Yeah, I would say still currently a pupil. When she's in town, she always makes sure that she stops by. I probably saw her. I guess it was about 6 months ago. We spent a day together. But yeah, I've had her as one of my students for, I guess it's been at least 5 or 6 years now. She had not even picked up a club when we started.
And where is she at in her stage of golfing at this point?
She's done great. She's probably in a handicap. She's probably right around a 15 or a 20, which is very good. And she's a fanatic. She can't get enough.
Hey, Lipnick.
Hey.
This is Lady T. How are you?
Lady T, how are you?
Good.
Good
So,
to hear you.
What I want to know is, what makes you eligible for a position like this? I mean, do you have to have a certain net worth? Do you have to have a certain type of power within business, or, what have you? What makes you a good candidate?
All those things that you said, but you got to remember, Augusta National is so secretive. No one really knows what are the parameters of being a member. You don't fill out an application wanting a membership at Augusta National. They actually have to come to you. So it'll be interesting next time I see her. I'll probably get the story. But what I assume happened is she probably didn't even know this was coming down, probably until about a month before it happened, and they probably went to her and said that we want you to, be a member, and that's how it happens at Augusta. It's not a thing where you can call up Billy Payne and say, hey, I'd like to become a member. It doesn't work that way.
Right. Mike, last question real quick. We have a minute left. Do you think this was just to appease women, or do you see this being something of common practice for Augusta?
Yeah, I think, I think it's, I don't think it was to appease women. I think it was more of them understanding that the times that we're in, the involvement of how important women are in our society now, and the roles that women play that maybe they didn't have 30, 40 years ago, and it was just a matter of time. And now their acceptance of women is, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful for just society in itself to finally see women being thought of in that regard.
Well,
Amen.
Oh, Lord.
Say it. Say it.
You say that till they have their first quilting bee.
Thank you, Lip, for calling in and helping us out with Augusta National. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show right after this.
How come they don't have skinny martinis in the clubhouse?
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Go Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The forest is a treasured and magical place.
Hello, Bambi. Hello, little friends. Hello. Hello there.
But a wildfire can destroy its beauty for a lifetime. It's always wildfire season somewhere in America. Nearly 9 out of 10 wildfires nationwide are caused by the carelessness of humans and could be prevented.